Hey guys, what's up? Cubing Forever here. Today I'm going to show you my cube collection as of July 2020. I own about 70 puzzles, so let's just get started. Starting with 2x2s, I have a broken Rubik's brand 2x2. Restickered East Sheen 2x2, which I put my own custom stickers on and it turns super bad now. Lan 2x2 without any internal pieces, so yeah, that's expected. And I used it to learn blind corners, and now it's just falling apart. I have my first 2x2 speed cube, which is a Cheesy S, which is actually a really good 2x2. Could recommend great budget 2x2. And this puzzle is a broken Yushin Little Magic 2x2. So I'm really sad that it's kind of broken because it was my main for a really long time. See, this corner broke. I put it back in so it does still function, but it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. So sad. Keychain East Sheen 2x2. This actually turns very, very well. Yeah. This is a Yupo V2M, and this is a Yupo V2M. They're the same cube. This one's actually a lot better. This one's my backup main, and this one, it's also pretty good. It's just not as good as the other one. So yeah, but they're both really good budget magnetic 2x2s. Would recommend. Thumbs up. And my current main, the GAN 251N 2x2, stickered, loosened, with lots of lube inside. Nice cube. Moving on to 3x3s, I have this mini cube from the dollar store, which is very, very bad out of the box, but all it needs is a little lube, and it turns great. And it has the wrong color scheme, so yeah. Here was my first ever Rubik's Cube. I lied, this isn't a Rubik's Cube. This is a dollar store cube with quite a few pieces broken because it's very bad quality. So I put it in this case. Here is the first cube that I ever solved, the Darseng 3x3, which my mom bought me from a store. I don't want to say the store because I could get like copyright stuff. But yeah, we bought it from a real store because we didn't know that cube store, like online stores existed at the time, like Daily Puzzles and stuff. But yeah, this is the first cube I ever solved because after that one broke, I never knew how to solve that one, but then I learned how to solve this one. So yeah, I also solved it underwater once, but that's not on the channel. Here are two Rubik's brands. Here's one of the new speed cubes, aka the furthest thing from a speed cube in the world. Like, super scratchy and obnoxiously loud. Yeah, not good. And then this thing, which was my granny's. It's a 1980s cube. So yeah, I also put an X-Man logo on it for some reason. Here was my first ever speed cube, the Chi-Yi Warrior W. It actually turns very, very good still, even after all this time. I've done so much to it. I lubed it with soap, I put sand and clay and glue inside of here, and you can see, never bothered to clean the core. Solved it, I've solved it when, like, underwater. This cube's gone through a lot, but it still turns really good to this day. Here is a Yushin Little Magic, which turns way too fast. I actually did set it up a while ago. I didn't put it on my channel, but I made it as fast as possible, and I got like a U6 out of it. But yeah, it turns super fast, it's pretty unstable. It's a great 2x3 speed cube though. Mine just pops a lot because I'm lazy to tighten it for some reason. Here is an Owl-Long version 2, which it's a classic cube. It's actually my second one because my first one got stolen from a competition. But yeah, I used it to learn blind, and now the letters have pretty much completely faded away. But I mean, I know blind now, so. This cube was super disappointing. Super disappointing. It's the GAN RS 3x3. And I thought it was going to be great when it came out, but it really wasn't. It warps a lot. I don't like the canning. It's too flexible. Not a fan. Onto some modern speed cubes. We have the MF3RS2M, my first magnetic cube. this cube actually turns very, very good still. It was my main for a really long time. It's been my main since my second competition, which was about 1,000,000 years ago. Just kidding. It was about 6 months ago. So yeah, this cube was my main for a really long time until I switched it just recently. But it's still a great cube. I could recommend. My current backup main and 3x3 one-handed main is the GAN 356M. Turns really, really well. It's like super smooth, like also really fast. And this cube is amazing, even out of the box. So yeah, this is a fantastic 3x3. And my current main, the Weilong WRM. Very, 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 very good. We're moving on to 4x4s now, and I've got these. This is an MF4S, and this is a Chi 1S, both of which exploded, and I've been too lazy to put them back together. Now onto the real 4x4s. This was my first ever 4x4, a V-Cube 4. Oh, running away. V-Cube 4, it turns just as you'd expect. Oh, God. Turns just as you'd expect. This is the Thunderclap, and this is the Thunderclap Mini. They're both pretty good. Both were my mains for a while. I used the Thunderclap before I got the Thunderclap Mini. I prefer the Thunderclap Mini basically just on size. The performance is pretty similar. I would say the Thunderclap turns a tiny bit better than the Mini, but hey, the Mini's size is a lot better, so I use that. And my current main, my only magnetic 4x4, is the Yushin Little Magic M. Fantastic cube. I really like it. It has been dying on me a little bit recently, but I still think it's a really, really good cube. Time for 5x5s. We have a YJ Guanchuan 5x5. My first 5x5. I mean, it turns pretty good. It's smooth, but it does lock up a lot. And do that. We've got my second 5x5, also a budget cube, is the Chi Zoom. And this was my main for a while. It's pretty good. I would recommend this if you're just getting into 5x5. But I would strongly recommend the Chi MS 5x5. It's my main. I really like it. There are better ones on the market, but I just really like this. So these are all my 5x5s. I have 3 6x6s. Yushin Little Magic 6x6, which has a missing piece. Yushin Little Magic M 6x6, which turns really good. And my current main, the YJ MGC. I really, really like this cube. Oh, it does pop on occasion, but it's not that. It's really good. So these are my 6x6s. For Pyraminx, I have an MFJS Pyraminx, I think. Either that or a Diane. Turns really bad. I have a Chi Pyraminx, which turns really nice, but it's very clacky. And my main, the Magnetic X-Man Bell Pyraminx. So these are my Pyraminxes. I only have 2 Scubes, a Chi Scube, which is very, very bad for some reason, and the X-Man Wingy Scube. This is my main. Square 1, Square 2, Square 3, Square 4. I have the original Chi Square 1, and the Chi Budget Square 1, which is currently stripped. This was my first Square 1. I have Yushin Little Magic Square 1M, although every magnet has fallen out. And my current main, the Volt 2M Square 1, which turns absolutely amazing. So these are my Square 1s. In Megaminx, I have the Yushin Little Magic Megaminx and the GAN super duper really good Megaminx that everyone loves. I'll let you decide which one's my main. And for Clark, I have 2 Lingnaos. One of them is full of sand and has terrible pins, and the other one is fully magnetized and lube, which is obviously my main. Now let's do a rapid fire of shape mods and sticker mods. 2x2, I have the Chi Pyraminx and Chi Pyramorphinx, and the YJ 2x2 Mirror Cube. I have a Shengshou Mirror Cube, and we need to move the camera up a bit. And a YJ Fisher Cube, Mofang Jiashi Windmill Cube, Kung Fu Gear Cube, and the Rubik's Void Cube, which I absolutely despise because it turns really bad. I have a Mephits 4x4 Checker Cube, a Chi Twisty Cube, a Chi Ivy Cube, and a Chi Dino Cube. So these are all my shape mods and sticker mods. For cuboids, I have a terrible homemade 1x1x2. Into the trash. I have a Z-Cube 1x2x2, which is really fun to give to non-cubers. A Chi-Yi 1x2x3, which is actually really fun to solve. I have a super floppy cube, which I also enjoy solving. I enjoy solving all of these except that 1x1x2. A Chi-Yi 2x2x3, which is probably my favorite cuboid. And my first ever cuboid was the Rubik's Tower, or the 2x2x4. And my final 4 puzzles, they don't really fit in a category, so I put them together. I have a Muppets Pyraminx Duo, Fuse Ishin 2x2s, this weird snake puzzle from the dollar store, and the Moyu Kibiminx. So this video is finally done. These are all my puzzles on my shelf. So if you could subscribe and like this video, it would mean the world to me. This video took so long to make. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Bye.